Hi, I'm Michi and that's my channel. Do you recognize that sometimes when you plant something and then other person comes with up the same idea and you think, oh shit, I'm too late. Yeah, but I want to show it to you. I've announced it already that I puzzled the Krypt Universum Glow and I puzzled it a month ago. And now I try to add in the video and I usually ramble on and tell you a story where I'm not a red line between and I can't edit the video so that you know what I'm talking about, and it's so frustrating cause I sit 2 weeks and always trying to make a video out of this stupid rambling on and I can't. So I will make a new intro and a new outro. Maybe I'll leave the middle talk in, you will see. And yeah, to begin with, it is my son's puzzle. He bought it one day. We were shopping together and he saw this puzzle and I think he's a little bit of this black shirts, black shoes, black everything, and then he says this black puzzle and he thought, oh, that is nice, I will buy it. And when he buys a puzzle, then normally I could bring him and my daughter to puzzle together, and I really enjoy doing my puzzles with my children, so I wanted to do this with my children. And so I open it up and look to my pieces. I mean, I try to do this on foam boards on the sofa. Of course, then we can get together or lay it on the table and do it together, but tidy the table up so that we can eat on the table also. So I pack up 2 foam boards and trying to sort pieces and trying to do a little bit puzzling, and my daughter helped me with the framing. Usually the kids always do the edge. I don't know why. I don't like to do the edge. Maybe that's the thing. They quarrel easily about who who built the edge. I don't know. But I collected the edge, but the edge is really gappy, so you really have to know which piece could belong to there. It's so broken up, so when you're doing the edge, you need the cheat sheet. And so I relatively soon take the envelope and open it up and take the cheat sheet out so that we can do this together with the cheat sheet. And trying to do a little bit, trying to build the round structures. Of course, there are 8 round structures in the puzzle. And I see this a little bit like planets. It's a planet puzzle with stars on it. And my daughter built the frame, and then we recognize it's really difficult and I have to resort my pieces and I can't see anything, and I was frustrated. I want to do this on the table, and my daughter said, you can do this on your own. I decided to do this on my own, and I have the recording on my table, so I decided also to record what it was. Not much. We did not begin with very much of the puzzle. It was only the framing and a little bit of the round structures, and then I recorded my attempt to do this with the cheat sheet and trying to do first the blacks and then in the middle the star with the star ring. I think that's also a thing of I really want to know which picture is on this, but I think I recognize this as a star map. I once when I young was really interested in stargazing and star signs and how it looked like, and I remember a little star map. It's a round map, and you can then turn it like it is on your date and then referring to the stars so that you can see the star sign better. It's like when the earth is turning, then you always see a little bit more or a little bit less of the sky, of the night sky you would see. And so the whole sky, like you see it round the years, that is all built up on a star map. And I think that's the picture of this universal glow. It's a picture of a star map, but I think of the northern hemisphere. Recognize this picture of this relatively round structured band, and I remember that is referred as the Milky Way. I really hope I'm right in this, because I only think that it is what I remember. And I cannot find anything, but I looked about star maps and it looks like it could be right. I looked on the Ravensburger homepage, but they didn't refer what picture is on there, so it's really annoying to not knowing what, but I'm really sure that's the star map, and the bright band in the middle is the Milky Way you see from the Earth to the northern hemisphere, but all over the year, so that's not one side of course. This band, like the Earth turns, is always a little bit off, so I don't know how to explain this. Yeah, and so I built it once with the cheat sheet, but I really thought I would do this a second time, do it from my big board, having all the pieces laid out, tell you what I'm doing, talk a little bit more like a vlog style, to take you with me when we built the puzzle. I talk a little bit in the middle, where I tell you a little bit about my strategy, what I'm done and what I'm doing. I also make a little close-up shot for my sorting. I think there is one or two mistakes that's always spring. Oh, I don't want to make this. I don't want to make this. I wanted to make this a second time to do this decent. Of course, the beginning of the puzzle wasn't in the first attempt, and I do it with a cheat sheet, so it was much more easier than to do it as a challenge. And the second time I built it, I've sorted and then taking the camera up, I thought I clicked record, and then I puzzle. I think 1 or 1.5 hours, and I have the first rings and the first thing and the laying all out, and then I see I don't record this 1 or 1.5 hours. But when you started and you're in the middle of the process, you don't say, oh, I disassemble everything I have and start anew. So I was really annoyed. And it's the second thing of it happens that I thought, no, I don't want to release this in this form like I made it. Yeah, I have made a close-up to show you what you have missed, and then puzzle further. Of course, I don't want to stop or redo everything. It was 1.5 hour work or 1 hour work. I don't know. It was not much, but it was at the beginning some pattern. You search after the nicest pattern you find, and they usually go together really well at the beginning, and that's a really big chunk of the starry pieces that I already puzzled together, because there was one planet round structure in there, and that's really coming together easily. So I hope you enjoy this time lapse, although you miss 1.5 hours, I think, of puzzling time. I have in my cooking timer in, so you will see my time when I write it always in the video, so that you can see how long it took me to build it. And yeah, we see each other in the end, and yeah, bye. Enjoy the time lapse. So now we have half an hour sorting time. I've sorted in bold stars, lighter stars, no stars, and that's the forms. And here they are not laid on pile, course they are too less. And here are my totally random forms, the forms with the smaller corner in, the bunch of corner pieces, I think. Yeah. And here are some pieces that I really need to sort out. They are most of them more standard, but they have here really similar. They have all 2 outs or 2 ins, or 1 out and 1 in, and on the other side 1 connector. So they are really many. And I have to sort them also a little bit in. Is there an up or is there in and out? And which side is there in and out? And have they both connectors or both holes? So, and also I want to sort them in bright starry pieces, less starry pieces, and black pieces, so that I have also the distinction. The first thing I want to do, I think, is starting with all the starry pieces and having the starry section from up to down a little bit done, and then getting to the less starry pieces, and then starting with the black. I don't know. So here's my first sort. So I'm so sorry. Yesterday I tried to film a little bit, and then I saw the camera didn't film. This means I have sorting the pieces here and here. So assemble a little bit of the brighten up and sorted and laying out the pieces that are needed. And this is where I am now. It's not much, but it's an hour puzzling time. So I started the timer, but not the camera. So let's get up and see where we got. Yeah, so we are in the middle of the Krypt puzzle, the Starry Night puzzle. Starry Night Krypt puzzle. Yeah, so far it went good. I think when there is a picture, then there is a picture to work off. So although there are not much to work off, but there are stars. And it's easier to build a thing with stars on it, and you know, oh, there must be stars in it, there must be 10 stars, there must be big stars, there must be this and that, and therefore always struggle to really assemble this piece by piece, by shape so far. But it went. The picture is more a little bit difficult, but more and more it comes together. I think now halfway through, I think it's always I like to sort here and there when I'm stuck and I think I can assemble anything. Then I like to resort my pieces, get a little bit looking at a other point, and then coming back, and then I find usually a piece, and then it's okay, and I have overthrown this hole. But yeah, so it went here and there, 1 or 2 pieces in, and I really get lucky. Oh, 1, 2, 3, ha 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 ha! I have a run, and then stop. And then I resort my pieces, and then I start to assemble, slow going. It's a crypt, so it's really difficult, but you have many shapes, oddly shapes, round, long, small, curved. So it's really funny to do this with these shapes. That was all, I think, a middle talk. Hope you enjoy the rest of it also, and we see each other when it's finished. This puzzle is a nice challenge. It is easy and it's difficult and it's all between. You have to do with the picture with the stars and the starry pieces and the less starry pieces and the black pieces, and you can do many pieces with this form and shapes. And I think this form and shapes, of course, there are 8 planets cut out in this puzzle. It's really funny way of doing this, but yeah, this round structure makes really fun. I mean, you have no connecting framing, so it's really not the thing of doing the edge first. But in the middle, you can solve the puzzle with the ring structure, and when 2 rings clashing together, then you have this random shaped pieces between, and you can see and search after them, and therefore it's not as difficult as the other Krypt puzzle that's solid color. Of course, you have first you have a picture, and when there is a picture you can use the picture, although it's not much, but the pieces are really good sort out in really starry pieces, less starry pieces, and sometimes there are stars that are big dots, and sometimes it's a little bit like nebula. So a little bit about the picture you can do, and also the cutting. You knew that's all cut out in little small planets. The planets to assemble is not that easy, because sometimes you have a regular shaped piece in it, but this relatively round structure you can puzzle together, and you have 8 of them, and every time the ring clashed together with another ring, you have this other random shapes in it, and the shapes really helps to assemble these rings. Because you see the first ring is really wedged pieces, and then the second ring is really a round edge on one side, and the second you've got more or less the pieces with the 1 and the 2 outs, and so you get the feeling of how the rings are built up, and from the information you can usually say, that's look like that's belong to this piece sort, or looks like that belongs to this piece sort, and sometimes it's cut off and you haven't got the feeling. And sometimes I have spots where I think I could search after, and I search and didn't find it till I get to the point where I see, why I don't think it's one of these pieces. I don't look about to see if one of this fits, and then I found it. But it's always when I stuck on a corner, on a knob, and in and out, and I think I really distinct and I can find it, and I didn't find it, then I leave it till I get to the point where it's lesser pieces and I can see through, and then I usually find it. So I knew there were all pieces there, although I think sometimes that must be a missing piece, because I cannot find it. But I think my strategy was pre-built. So, of course, I built it first with a cheat sheet, and first with my children, and first looking at all the pieces. And on the first attempt, I start with the black pieces and then getting to the star pieces. But I really recognized that was not the easiest way to do and not the good way to do. So the second time I knew I will start with the starry pieces and then the less starry pieces, and then I get to the black pieces. But in my first attempt I do this vice versa, on the other way around. So I do first the black and then I get to the starry pieces, and the less starry pieces are built. It was a messy build, so I knew my strategy must be to build it from the center to the outwards. And so to build once a puzzle, you have a strategy also built in your mind of how it would be better to build this puzzle, and the second time I built it like this, course I've thought and tried it first, and yeah, I hope I have tell you the story correctly, how I get the puzzle, why I build it the second time, why I do it the first time with the cheat sheet, and why I started with star pieces. I think we get on the end from this puzzle. I hope I have recollect now everything so that I can cut down the puzzle video so that it's not too long and a decent red line story in it. So hope, write me in the comment if I succeed. So I hope you have a nice day, evening, morning, whenever and wherever you watch the video, and we see each other in the next, maybe. Bye and happy hobby allerseits.